Welcome to Securely Flex. This video is for teachers, staff, and administrators and reviews how to create a group of groups in Flex. A group in Flex is a list or roster of students. Groups are necessary when creating advertised, optional, required, priority, and admin required activities. They can also be used when you want to look at a group of students' activities all at once using the Student Search feature. A group of groups in Flex is simply a new group created by linking pre-existing groups. The new group syncs with the pre-existing groups, so any updates to the pre-existing groups will automatically change the new group. This video will explain the details. To create a group of groups in Flex, go to Students, Groups, and in the upper right-hand corner, select Add New Group of Groups. Here, I will give my group a unique name. My example today will be Algebra 1 Extra Help. I can add more in the description or simply copy and paste the title for the description. Next, I will set the access type, which determines who has access to the group of groups. The three options are private, global, or shared. Private groups are just for your personal use. Global groups can be used by all adults and are great for grade-level groups or other school-wide lists of students. Shared groups are lists of students accessed only by the selected adults and Flex admins. Shared access is great for teams as all members can access the list of students. At the bottom left, the Active toggle will default to On for a new group of groups. Groups can only be made inactive if the group is not linked to a future scheduled activity. On the right is where you select groups. When you place your cursor in the Search by Group name field, the list of groups that you have access to will appear. You can scroll through this list to find the pre-existing group that you want, or you can begin typing the name of the group you wish to add. For example here, I am going to find two groups of Algebra 1 students, Teacher Keffer's Algebra 1 group and Teacher Sykes' Algebra 1 group. This way, the teacher can offer one help session to students from both classes. Once the pre-existing groups are added, you will see the group and number of students listed. You can click to preview the group and see the students' names, but you cannot edit the original or new group by adding or removing individual students. The system will also make sure that there are no duplicate students added or counted in the new group of groups. Back at the group screen in Flex, I'd like to point out that you can see the source and access type for the groups you have access to. Notice that Group of Groups shows in the source column for our new group, because the source of the students comes from other groups. Just a quick note here, you cannot create a new group of groups from another group of groups. There is a search box at the top of this screen and additional filters that can help you narrow down the list of groups on your screen. From the Actions column, you can preview, edit, and make a copy of your group. You cannot delete your group, but remember you can make it inactive if it is no longer used with a scheduled activity. Let's talk about editing or updating a group of groups. For those who have access to a group of groups, the only editing that can be done is adding or removing groups in the Select Groups section shown here. You cannot add or remove individual students from the new group or the linked groups. It is also possible to make group edits from the Preview screen. And lastly, just a little tip that I'd like to leave you with is that Group of Groups can be used to see what a list of students is scheduled for during your Flex periods. This can be done by going to the Student Search menu, selecting Overview, selecting Search Groups, and entering the group of group name. The search results will show the past 10 days and future 10 days of activity registration. Please check out our other training videos related to creating groups. These can be found in the Help section of Flex. If you have any questions, please contact your school's Flex support team. Thank you.